Welcome everyone. Welcome to our Saturday Qigong class. And let's start with some clearing of the Qi. We'll start in the Wuji posture. The feet are hip width and parallel. Feel the earth under our feet. The arms are nice and relaxed. The back, neck, and shoulders relaxed. Feel the spine stretching up to the sky. Being lifted from the crown of the head up to the heavens, elongating the spine. Letting all of the joints be open, loose, and relaxed. Tip the chin down ever so slightly to further straighten the spine. And take some nice gentle breaths in and out through the nose if that's accessible to you. Full body breathing. Feeling the hands as suction cups. Sensing that earth chi, letting it come in. Everything comes in and then we release. Just taking a couple moments to find some stillness and breath and movement. Relax the joints, open up the arms, allow free movement under the arms. And then we'll do some clearing Qigong, some purging Qigong. We did this last week too. We're going to inhale and then exhale through the mouth. Inhale and you can look as you exhale. And look. Very nice. Lifting the chi and circle out. Raise, circle out, raise up, and circle. A couple more times. Nice fluid movements. And let's relax. Relax forward, relax the head, back, neck, and shoulders. Release any tension in the neck as you come into a loose ragdoll posture. And we can sway from side to side. And you can turn all the way over to the outside edge of one foot, feeling a nice stretch in the opposite hip and in the neck as well. And then sway all the way to the other side. Breathing as we go. Breathing in and out through the nose, if that's available. And then the other side. And then back to the center, relax, ragdoll. Do some gentle bouncing. Really letting go of any tension in the arms. And then we come up, raise the chi up from the earth. Palms come over. Funnel that heavenly chi in as we tip back ever so slightly. Opening up the front, opening up the diaphragm, funneling in that heavenly chi like warm honey. And then floating the hands down. Float, float, float. As if you were draining the water out of a big tub and just letting the hands rest on the surface. And then right here, we feel the connection at the belt channel and notice that energetic connection. You can play around with it, explore the quality of the energy and the sensations, and notice where the sensation is strongest, where you can feel the edge of the energy field. We're not trying to change anything, we're just observing, playing around with it. Maybe noticing a little tingling or vibration, temperature changes, magnetic qualities. And then we can sweep the hands back along this belt channel, this horizontal thoroughfare, and back. And notice this little fishtail effect here. So the wrists connect, and then the hands, and then the fingers line up. Wrists, hands, fingers, spiraling along the belt channel. And you can still noticing the quality of the energy field. Already maybe you might notice little changes. So once again, feel the quality of the energy field. Maybe it's grown a little bit stronger. Maybe it's expanded a bit. And back to the center. And then let's release and discard any stagnant chi into the earth like compost. Relax. Relax the back, neck, and shoulders, letting go of any tension, letting it melt away. Swaying from one side, releasing down one arm, swaying down the other side, releasing down the other arm, and then both arms. And then we can, again, sway to one side of the foot. Feel that stretch in the hip. And then the other side. And just play around with it. It's your practice. Whatever feels good. As long as you're making nice, gentle movements, will be good. And then the other side, relax. And then the other side, let go of any stagnant chi. Allow movement. And back to the center. And then once more, we sweep up, draw up, arms flip over. Funnel that heavenly chi, a little bit of a back bend, opening and stretching the front, stretch the belly. Let that heavenly chi flow in, float the palms down, feel that energetic field, feel the field at the belly. And again, you can observe and notice any changes, observe and notice any sensations. Let's do some sweeping movements along this belt channel. Moving the shoulder blades, and then the elbows, and then the wrists, and then the fingertips, shoulder blades, like that. So it's bellows movement, twining, spiraling. And then back to the belly. Play around with that energy field. And clear down, relax, release, and sweep up. Arms flip over, funnel that heavenly chi, float down, feel the connection. Let's do one more. One more time here. Sweep. Maybe things feel a little smoother, more fluid, and release, discard. And then let's do a few more. Sweep up, draw up, open up, float down, float, 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 float. Feel the connection and discard into the earth. And let's do a couple more. Draw up, open up, float down. And release, and draw up, open up, and float. And then earth connection. Standing in a lake of chi, the palms float on the lake of chi, and then we come back to the Wuji posture. Using the flow energy to support ourselves. And today let's do the Shibashi today, since it's been a few weeks. We'll start with the preparation step. That's the same step that we do when we start the Yang Tai Chi form, the Chen Man Chen form that we do. We haven't done it in a while since I've been focusing more on Qigong, especially now that we're inside like this. But as I've mentioned before, one of the wonderful things about Shibashi, the 18 form, Shiba means 18 in Mandarin, is that it's really the meeting place Qigong and Tai Chi. And you see a lot of the Tai Chi movements are embedded in this form. So I like it for that. I like it for that reason. It's a good, for people that want to do Tai Chi, it's a good way to start out. So we'll start in the Wuji posture. The heels are together. You find balance and symmetry. The weight is evenly distributed. And then we're gonna sink the weight into the right leg and foot. And that automatically causes the waist to turn to the right. So we sink the weight, turn the waist, wind up. And then as we unwind, we step out and then sink the weight, bring the right toes forward, and we come back and we're in the Wuji posture and the feet are hip width and parallel. And then we'll start by raising the water from the well, separating heaven and earth, yin and yang. Float down, slide down. Full body movements, like you're lifting something heavy, so you have to use the whole body. And then it floats momentarily, it hangs in the air, like you're opening up a parachute. And then the palms slide down a pane of glass. And then they come to rest. And gather. Wrists 1, 2, slide back 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm counting the wrist movements. So wrist position 1, straight out is 2, slide back is 3, up is 4, down is 5, and back to rest is 6. So I'll count one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's just one smooth fluid motion. And there's a hidden, very subtle push right there, just a little bit of a Fajin, a little bit of a powerful movement right there. Let's do once more. And back to us. So that was the first one. And now we're gonna open up the chest and we rock back. There's a controlled rocking back here. And then the hands and wrists come together. You can feel that magnetic field. And then they swing back and bend the knees and rock back that way. So open, open, come together and swing back. And let's do one more. And then we're gonna bring the hands up over the head, feeling the energetic crown. And we pivot out on one foot, one arm comes down, the other hand stays over that crown. Engage the eyes in the movement as you paint the rainbow. One direction, and then watch it come up over the head and down into the other palm. And imagine what that would look like, what that would feel like with the colors. Visualize and imagine the colors. And it can be a traditional rainbow, or you can create your own version of a rainbow. Anything that you like to imagine or that comes to you. And let's do once more on each side. Okay, nice, keeping the spine straight. And then feel the connection between the hands. They face each other, and now they face away from each other. They sweep out, down, feel the horizon, down into the earth, bend the knees a little bit. Cross one way, the inner and outer gates that we talked about last week. And then clear. Feel the horizon into the earth. Feel and then cross the other way. At the inner and outer gates. About 3 finger widths up from the wrist crease. Cross, gather, and clear. Cross, gather, and clear. Let's do a couple more. Crossing one way, and crossing the other way. And notice that turning of the wrist very important. So now we're going to repulse the monkey. Number 5. So like we're holding a big ball, one hand's on top, the other hand's on the bottom. And really relax the back and neck and shoulders, really relax. And then the hand that's on the bottom, that hand is just, you're just gonna let gravity take that hand back. And we embrace out to the side. The front palm now turns up. And this hand comes up by the ear. And right here, it's as if we're sliding something off the wrist. Repulse the monkey. And then now gravity takes the other hand. Embrace. Front hand turns up. And slide. Embrace. Embrace. Slide. Keep a little bit of a bend in the knees. Keep the knees pointing forward. Very nice. Becomes a nice, smooth, fluid motion. You know, you get the feeling that you could just keep doing it and it would be effortless. And feel the connection between the hands. And now we're going to row the boat forward, exploring the range of motion in the shoulder socket, going one direction, being symmetrical. So whatever you can do on one side, you match it on the other side. And don't feel any pain. You shouldn't feel any pain. So if you feel any pain, back off. Make the circles smaller if you need to, or stop if you need to. But you just want to slowly explore the range of motion in that ball and socket joint. And then you go reverse direction. Exploring the range backwards, rowing the boat backwards. Good. And now we'll hold up the ball. So we start in the center position, earth position, and transfer the weight to one side. And we're going to scoop and cross and transfer the weight. And then hold up a ball, engage the eyes, and the feeling is as if you're proud to be presenting something, a ball or a diamond or a juicy apple. Hold it up and then release, and then hold it up. Cross. And there's a little bit of a rise and a sink. Rising, sinking, rise, and sink. Let's do a couple more. Great. Earth connection. And now we'll do somewhat of a similar movement, but with both hands. And this is opening the tiger's mouth or turning to look out the portal. So again, relax the shoulders, feel this connection with the belly, like you're holding a large ball, and the hands are in a natural curved position with the fingers in a natural curved position. And we're gonna go one direction, but we're gonna gather and then go one way. So right here, you push a little bit with this hand, just get a little bit of a stretch there. And then feel the connection and go to the other side. If you'd like, you can, if you want a little bit more of a twist, don't pick your whole foot up. I'm just showing you can raise your heel up off the ground. Like that. Or you can keep your feet flat. But if you keep your feet flat, remember to keep your knees forward and you won't get as deep of a stretch. So. Today I am raising my heel up. Opening the tiger's mouth. Let's do a couple more. Feel the connection as the hands pass the belly. And once more on the other side. And you get that nice stretch and twist through the belly, clearing the organs. And now we'll do brushing the knee. So I'm gonna, one hand down, the other hand's up. The wrist is really relaxed, so it kind of makes that pyramid shape. And I'm gonna wind up into one hip, winding at the hip and the claw. Wind up. And when you meet resistance, you unwind, you come forward, and you can feel the connection at the fingers as if you're pressing something with the fingertips. And then you gently flex the palm like so. And there's a sink and a rise. It's kind of subtle, but a little bit of a sink and a rise. And then we wind up, fingertips, and then palm and flex. Wind up. Brush the knee. Of course, this is in the Tai Chi forms as well. Prominent knee. And very nice. And now we're going to reverse the direction on that, and we'll do cloud hands. So one hand's here, one hand's here. Polarity, have fingers pointing up, fingers pointing down. Nice rounded, relaxed shoulders. Relax the knees. And then whatever hand's on top, you're gonna turn in that direction. Wave off to the side, gather, switch the hands. Turn, 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 turn into the hip. Gather, turn, hold something precious. Say hello. Hold something precious. Say hello, check the time on your watch. Wave. Wave and scoop. Scoop. Breathing. Letting go of any tension. Let go of any tension in the belly. If you're not already, you want to have your hips tucked under just a little bit. Neutral pelvis. Taking a little bit of that S curve out of the lower back. And release. And now we'll do the 70-30 posture. So we'll turn out in one direction. So my one foot's out, and then that foot and the same side hand, we're gonna transfer the weight forward. That hand comes under, back. So, scoop. So whatever foot's forward, that hand is under and then on the outside. Transfer the weight and then push back, push forward, push back, and come to center. And we'll do the other side. That foot's forward, this hand. So transfer the weight forward, hand comes under, hand is on the outside. Feet are flat on the ground. Transferring the weight, noticing that weight transfer, how we push back And then we release forward. Let's do once more. And the hands are moving back to center. And then we'll do withdraw and push. Weight starts on the back foot, this foot's out. And we're gonna scoop out. Transfer the weight back as we bring the palms towards the shoulders nest and bring the elbows back. And then the palms face forward. And we make an ellipsis shape. Ellipse shape. A shallow U shape. Push. Very good. And back to center, and then we'll do the other side. Weight starts on the back foot. And you have the choice to either keep your feet flat or to lift your toe and heel. So I'm lifting the toe and heel for this one. And last one. And then back to center. And then we'll do the dove. So weight starts on the back foot. And for this one, we're gonna raise the toe and lift the heel. Arms start back, and everything comes forward. All the energy comes forward, and then it flows back, 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 back. And then we tip the fingertips backwards, lift the toe. Everything comes forward, lift the back heel, and then open. Open, and then back to center, other side. It's forward, goes back. And back to center. And now we'll do punching with eyes narrowed. And this is effective for releasing strong liver heat, strong liver chi, strong liver heat, trapped liver heat. And so we'll stand in the high horse posture. The forearms are perpendicular to the rib cage, making fists. The fists kind of face up, the palm side faces up. And then we come out like this. Keep the shoulders square. Tighten everything. Tighten all the circle muscles. And then release, gather, and punch. Narrow the eyes. Tighten, squeeze, and then release and gather. Helping to let go and release frustration, anger, resentment, rage, frustration, those kinds of things. Very good. So now we'll move to the crane. We'll bring the hands out like this. And you can either bring the knee up or lift the heel or the knee too. But just be symmetrical. And a couple more. And relax. Relax forward, rest forward. And then we'll swing the ball of chi. So feel like you're holding a ball of energy between your hands. Feel what that connection would feel like on the palms and against the body. And then we're going to go 3 times, circling the ball of chi, 3 times in one direction. Full body movements. The body moves the arms. And the other way. Full body movements. The movement of the core causes the movement of the arms. And back to center. Feel the connection of the hands and the earth. And then we'll do stepping, cloud stepping. Feel the connection between the palm and the opposite knee. So as we feel like there's a string connecting them, so as we lift the hand, it raises the knee. And then we tap to clear chi through the wrist. And back to center. Wuji posture. And then we'll move to number 18. We're standing in this lake of chi, moving things around. And then we're gonna gather up, bring the hands up to about shoulders height, feeling like we're filling up with healthy, vibrant energy. And then the palms float back down. And we clear and discard. And gather, circulating the chi, and then discarding stagnant chi. And integrating the chi that we've cultivated. And float the hands down. Breathing with the earth. We'll just stand for a few moments to further balance and circulate and integrate the chi that we've cultivated in this Shibashi Qigong. Transfer the weight to your left leg, turn your right toes out, bring your heels together. Very nice. Hi, everybody. So we got a question about feeling that you're stronger on one side versus the other side. And I mean, I think that's exactly what that is exactly what these Qigongs are for, especially things like the crane that we just did, as well as the cloud stepping. So I would suggest continuing to do those movements. And I think that the Shibashi as well as the 8 brocades will be very effective for that. But if it becomes uncomfortable, you cut back on it if it's uncomfortable. But that's what I would do. I think that the Qigong is particularly effective at balancing the 2 sides of the body, as well as the alternate nostril breathing too that we do sometimes. So we do the alternate nostril breathing. We can do that next week, but the short version of it is that you cover one nostril and you breathe that through the open one. Inhale, 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 and then you close both sides, and then you release out the other side. Now keep it open, because now you're going to inhale through that side, like you're inhaling through a straw, and then you close both, and then exhale. So that's one cycle. So we'll do once more, just for learning. So we come in that side now, close both, let it circulate, and then we open out the other side and let go, let out, and then back in, and then back out. Okay, another exercise I haven't done with you all, but I really like it, and it's a version. It's sort of a freestyle, if you will, of the Nadi Shodhana, which is the alternate nostril breathing that we just did. So in this one, you just take a minute and sit. Just take a minute, sit for a moment, settle everything. And then you really, really, really think about, or you really tune in, I shouldn't say think about, you really tune in to one side. So I'm really tuning into this side. Really like what does this side feel like? The right or whatever side you choose first. What does the right side feel like? Okay, I have a sense of that. I have a sense of the energy on that side. Okay, I'm gonna transfer my awareness to the other side. Like really tune in. What does that side feel like? I'm closing my eyes because it helps to tune in to those more subtle energies. So what does this side feel like? Okay, I have a sense of that side. And if you're not sure, you can go with your instinct. But the idea here is, you might have a sense that one side, it can be very subtle, but maybe one side feels a little bit better than the other. However you define better, a little stronger, more balanced, more harmonious, just, better. You don't have to overthink it. And then whatever side you decide that is, for me, it's often this side that feels stronger, better. We're gonna take our hands and our awareness, and we're gonna breathe, and we're just gonna shift energy. So I'm just gonna, and you can follow along with me. I'll just do it, and you can follow along whatever direction you decided. But you start on the side that you've determined feels a little bit better, however you define that. I'm just gonna shift it. So, and with the breath. And just sit with that. And then I like to do just a little calm the chi to smooth, get everything smooth again. Maybe do that a couple more times. So I don't know, see what you think about that, but I think it's pretty cool. I am going to open things up, and if anybody wants to elaborate on their questions, they can, and then I will turn things over to Carol. Give me 1 second to do this. Okay.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thanks. Was that Gina?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.
I also like another energy exercise that we do sometimes as well. It's to balance the energy. So in this one, it's to balance cross-body energy and create balance and strength. So you tap one side and then the other side like that. You start out like that and you do that for, and then you wipe your hands together like you're dusting erasers, chalkboard erasers. On this call, on our call, remember those. And then you start doing the opposite. So this is right hand, and you make these sweeping movements. I think that really builds balance and strength, both physically and energetically as well. All right, Carol, let me. Do you have something you like to share with us today? Do you want to open it up for questions?
Whatever.
Okay,
Whatever people would like.
Anything in the chat. Well, you did get a note from Walter about discussing a PDF that you'd shared.
Maybe Walter can tell me about that this week, and I'll be ready next week.
Okay. Are you sure? I know I shared something with you yesterday, Walter, so I don't know if... okay, I'm going to mute everyone, Carol, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, so give me one second. And bear with me. Mute. Okay. The Zoom is...
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. That was wonderful. Qigong. This week I was thinking about, once again, I was thinking about that YouTube video, The Primer Field, in which he talked about the shape of the magnetic bowls that exist above and below every particle of energy, of matter. And then he showed the shape of the state capitol and the shape at the dome of the various cathedrals. It's all the same shape. And then I was thinking about Sufi dancers and about how they hold their hands up in kind of a round bowl. And then I was looking at the Qigong books and looking at horse dance and the shape of the round bowl that makes, and was wondering if that was the shape of the state capitol. My mind. So I was thinking that it might be interesting in our practice over the next few weeks if we thought more about the shape of our arms and of our legs when we do our horse dance, if we could make the shape of the state capitol dome, and whether that would improve our energetic functions and our dantians. So, that might be fun to think about. I was also thinking about calm, stable Qigong, which some of you may have a handout to. But, if you're feeling distressed, you might want to try some calm, stable Qigong. I don't know if Walter and Tiffany have a handout from that. It was a long time ago I passed that out, but maybe you could put that out in a little handout to everybody. It's for high blood pressure, it's for sleep disturbance. And what it does is it starts at the top of your body and goes down to your foot. And it has like several things in it that are fairly common Qigong things. But it's all about descending the qi. So it starts by brushing the hair, which is what we all do when we get distressed. We go, oh my God, that's just, my checkbook won't balance, right? So, and they recommend 36 times, and they do it kind of vigorously, like so that you're combing your hair from the front of your hairline to the back of your occiput, kind of with your fingernails in there. and not hurting yourself, but making sure that your body is paying attention. And then the next thing that they do is they press their hands over their ear and tap on their mastoid bone. So that's 3 times. So you like tap, 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 and then you pop your ears. Tap, 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 pop, tap, 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 pop. And that's done 10 times. And then they start sliding their hands across the front of their body. Oh, no, that's not right. I don't have my hand out. So that they go like this, and they pat from right to left 10 times. And then they pat from left to right 20 times. And then they rub from right to left 10 times and rub from left to right 20 times. And then they push down, pushing down on the sides of the body 18 times. And then they go crosswise. No, one more. Sliding down the front of the body with your hands interlocked. Should have had my hand out. But the gist of this is here. So sliding down, pushing down on your body. And then they do this diagonal thing. And then they do the Qigong turning and tapping on yourself. And they do that in 3 different places. And we can talk about that another time when we're working on this. And then they get up in the armpit, and the Qigong master took his thumb, and we all had to know, well, how hard are you pressing? So he went around and stuck his thumb in everyone's armpit, and he was fairly firm. So you rub your armpit 10 times, pressing up in there. This is heart 1 in your armpit. And so you massage that. And then the next thing you do is you work on your wrist. And there are 3 points in here called the tranquility points. And it's a lung 9 and heart 7 and spleen 6. And so you begin rubbing this. And you don't rub it very hard. You rub it like you would pet a puppy, like between the eyes when you're trying to get your puppy or your kitten to go to sleep and you're watching their eyes close. Then the next thing you do is you take your thumb. So you do that. This goes, so on women, it goes clockwise 10 times, then it goes counterclockwise 10 times, and then clockwise 10 times, and then it's the reverse. Then you take your fingernail and you press the tip of your middle finger. This is the one that you put out the window when you are upset with another driver. It's a Zhuyin meridian, and so it's related to your liver. And so you press on this 10 times, and you press on it kind of hard with your thumbnail so that it slightly hurts. And then the next thing after that is that you rub the bottom of your foot briskly 50 times. And that sends all of the energy down, and you yawn at the same time. So you're patting on kidney 1 and rubbing on kidney 1. And you rub back and forth fairly briskly on kidney 1. And at the same time, you yawn. And if you do this regularly, you probably won't need sleeping pills. I've given this to people in the clinic who were on tons of medications. And they took it home and they did it and they fell asleep. And then their wife did it and their wife fell asleep. And it can also lower your blood pressure where you might be able to get off one of your medications. So it's worth a try. Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks.
Tiffany. Thank you, Walter.
Well, thank you so much. So that was really great. Let's we can feature that in another class and do the full thing. That was wonderful. Let's just do a shortened version of. Looks like you're unmuted, Linda. Well, you're not. There you go. I unmuted him. I don't know. I'm not sure why it's not. But like half the people are muted.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't need everybody.
weird. It wouldn't let me do it myself. I don't know why.
I think there's just a little delay sometimes from when I do it. I think it takes a minute to execute.
Okay.
If you need to drop off, I understand. I do recommend you make do a little bit of some tapping and belly massage. Yeah, that's fun. That's a good idea, Sarah. To do a bedtime class sometime. Yeah, I'll talk to Carol about that. That would be cool. So let's rub the hands together. And let's just do a little bit of an ear massage, rubbing the ears, getting into all the nooks and crannies. And then rub, and we can plunge. 5, 6, 7. And let's do the right here, the thymus. Tapping for immunity. You can tap all along the chest and clavicle area. Spleen. Other side. And then the kidney energy centers. You're gonna come up the center, blossom out, and come back down. Nourishing. And then here at the belly, do chi circles at the belly, whatever your preferred posture is here. We'll do 12 circles starting clockwise, as if your belly were the clock. And we'll make the circles a little bit bigger each time. Like you're petting a cat or a dog. A little bit bigger. And then we reverse direction and do about the same number of circles. And other direction. A little bit smaller each time. Coming back to the starting point, the thumb is in the navel, the hands hang below. Feel that connection. Spread the hands apart, dragon in repose. Standing. Carol made a good point, really good point about the posture and not collapsing in, but maintaining the structure, so it's more like the Capitol building. The skinny upside down U is holding. So we don't want to collapse. We want to stay open, as though we were holding balloons between our thighs. And then sweep the hands down. Let's do pulling down the column of chi 3 times. Thank you, everyone.